Leaders from the world's 7 wealthiest democracies have wrapped up a 2-day summit in Germany. G7 leaders invited Iraq's prime minister to join them, and he also had a one-on-one meeting with President Obama. WLKY's Sally Kidd is live in our Washington bureau. She has details. Sally?
Well, Vicki, the president acknowledges setbacks on Iraq, including an incomplete game plan on a key part of the U.S. mission. 9 months after launching an air campaign against ISIS, the president says the U.S. still does not have a complete strategy for training Iraqi forces.
We don't yet have a complete strategy because it requires commitments on the part of the Iraqis as well about how recruitment takes place, how that training takes place.
The president says training is available, but there are not enough Iraqi recruits showing up. It's a problem he discussed with Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi on the sidelines of the summit.
A big part of the answer there is our outreach to Sunni tribes.
Analysts say the lack of progress is troubling.
To be at this point not training enough Iraqis, not having a vigorous enough air campaign, and not having enough basic political reconciliation in Baghdad is very, very problematic.
Also on the G7 agenda, Russian aggression in Ukraine. G7 leaders agreed sanctions must remain in place until Russia implements a ceasefire deal.
If need be, we could toughen the sanctions if the situation requires us to do so.
On climate change, the leaders set a goal of eliminating the use of most fossil fuels by the end of this century. And the leaders also agreed to work toward a 40 to 70% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. Vicki.
Sally, were there any discussions on Iran's nuclear program?
They did discuss that. In fact, G7 leaders pledged to continue to support work toward a comprehensive solution, one that ensures Iran doesn't acquire a nuclear weapon. The deadline for that deal is coming up. It's on June 30th. Back to you.
All right, Sally Kidd, live in our Washington bureau. Thank you, Sally.